Italian word of the day coming at you today, Sunday, 11 December 2022, as of filming this in the city of Shoreline, Washington State, United States of America. And the word of the day is trasferimento. What does that mean? So it's a noun. It's the English translation is relocation, which is the physical transportation / movement of someone and or some things from one place to another. So that's my own definition. Is how I define relocation. So to provide context for the meaning of the word relocation, that's the definition. There can be temporary versus permanent. So the word choice trasferimento is inspired by the COVID-19 pandemic. One of the things that's become more apparent during the pandemic is because things have been shut down, certain organizations such as the King County Aquatic Center or the King County Library System will take and do renovations or remodel or work that needs to be done on a building. And specifically the King County Library System, there was Shoreline Library closed down for a little bit. And they, if I'm recalling correctly, transferred their services to Lake Forest Park Library. And so that was a temporary relocation of services offered from Shoreline Library to Lake Forest Park Library. However, it returned once the changes were done. And there have been other, I think like the Kent Library was closed or something. There's been rotating closures kind of for various reasons, if I'm recalling correctly. And then there's permanent relocation, which would be somebody... A library being like, we still want Shoreline Library, however this building is going to be converted or torn down or something like that, and so Shoreline Library is going to be permanently relocated. An example of that happening is Richmond Beach Library, which is my home library in the King County Library System. It used to be located further down the hill from where it is now, and then it permanently relocated to the location where it's at, and the old library was converted into a different use. It might be like a senior home or something. I don't know. But it permanently relocated, has not gone back, and the location it was at before is now used for something else. And has been for over 20 years. Alright, so that's one nuance of relocation. The second one is forced versus mutually agreeable. So mutually agreeable is like a tenant in a building, so somebody who's renting a building and the landlords want to sell the house, and the person who is renting the place is like, their lease ends at the end of the year and they've already found a house that they want to buy. So it's mutually relocation of the tenant, of the person renting the place, because they're already going to be moving. And so they're like, the landlord's kind of like, well, you got to be out by the end of the month. And they're like, I was going to be out anyway. So it's mutually agreeable, right? The landlords want to be out and the renter or tenant also wants to be out. An example of a forced relocation, this happened to somebody I knew at the University of California, Berkeley, who was a graduate student, PhD student, and he didn't pay his rent or he pissed off the landlord, and so the landlord took all of his belongings and dumped it on the street. And so that was a forced relocation because he didn't want to move. He wanted to keep living there, but the landlord was like, yeah, out. And so they literally just took this person's stuff and threw it out. So that's a forced relocation. So that concept in Italian, the word is trasferimento, and the word in English is relocation. That's what I'm describing. So that is the Italian word of the day for today, 11 December 2022, as of filming.